You see a lot of barefoot shoe brands consistently coming in over 200 USD a pair. When you find a pair like the Lono Flow at 100 USD, you have to ask yourself, how can they do it? What's the catch? Is it the materials? Is it the performance? After wearing the Lono Flow for 9 months, it's time to find out why. My name is Ryan and welcome to my YouTube channel, Wide Strides. I review barefoot and wide toe box shoes here on YouTube, and today we will be reviewing the Lono Flow. Now, I purchased the Lono Flow about 9 months ago for about 100 USD, and Lono is actually a Hong Kong based company that has a shop not too far away from where I live. I've been seeing it more and more on foot of people in Hong Kong, and thought I'd have to give it a go. So being a barefoot shoe, the Lono Flow has a few distinct characteristics about it. First being that wide toe box, which we'll get onto later on. The second being a zero drop shoe from heel through to toe, being on the same plane. The third being around the flexibility of the shoe, which it definitely has. And that leads us nicely onto the upper of this shoe. Now, the upper, I think, is one of the best characteristics of this shoe. It's made from this biodegradable polyester material. Doesn't feel the most premium, but that aside, I think the upper is fantastic. It's very thin and stretchy and wraps around your foot to make it fit like a glove. And it's fantastic wearing it in Hong Kong, especially over a hot and humid summer. The second material on this upper is this vegan or fake suede around the toe box and on the side, which the laces attach to. The stretchy upper on this is definitely a highlight of the shoe. I think it's one of their strongest features. Around the heel collar, there is some light padding there. I think it's just enough. It doesn't overpower the shoe and does provide a bit of extra comfort while keeping it minimal at the same time. In terms of structure, this upper is very flexible, which I do like. The suede on the toe cap and on the sides gives the shoe a little bit of structure, but overall I think it's very flexible and it wraps around your foot very well. So the lacing system on this shoe, eyelets of the shoe are right down near the side, attaching to this suede material, which I thought is quite unusual about this shoe. To be honest, initially I didn't like that about this shoe, but I have grown to not minding it at all. So for the outsole, overall it's a 6mm outsole, consisting of 4mm of rubber sole and 2mm of this hexagonal tread or lugs. In terms of the insole, there is a removable insole that's about 3mm thick. To be honest, it doesn't feel the most premium at all. And a lot of people I can see taking it out. It does get worn fairly well. On Lono's website, there is a way to purchase a new cork-based insole for this shoe. Overall, I love this upper and the materials used. Yes, it isn't the most premium. They are saving price here, but that stretchy, breathable nature is almost unbeatable. And I think Lono have done a great job here. My overall impressions of this shoe, I think it's got a fantastic upper that is very breathable, flexible, even though it doesn't feel the most premium. Let's get on to how this shoe has performed on foot before looking at a few different alternatives. So I've been using this shoe for 9 months now, and I think it has great versatility in what it can do, especially at the price point. My main use case for this shoe has been using for quick errands and for the gym, although it hasn't been my go-to gym shoe, and also used it for HIIT sessions or anything that's more intensive, where it's not the greatest shoe in that regard because of that stretchy upper. Your foot doesn't feel the most stable and kept in the shoe, but it does get the job done. In terms of my daily and casual wear, this shoe has been great. I've loved the breathability of the upper and the grip has been somewhat solid. In terms of fit and sizing, so I here have used a EU size 46. I usually switch between a 46 or a 47 in terms of sizing. And this is one thing that can be a little bit fiddly on this shoe. I would say it fits nice and snug around your foot, but if you are quite sensitive to the width of the shoe, I would definitely size up. My right foot does have a Morton's neuroma, meaning I'm very sensitive to the width on that right foot. And this shoe does cause me quite a bit of pain on that right foot due to the narrow nature, even for a barefoot shoe. However, on my left foot, it's all okay. I'm perfectly comfortable. So if you are looking for a slightly wider shoe, I would recommend sizing up. Due to that narrow nature of the shoe is one of the reasons I actually don't choose it if I'm going to be on foot for more than 60 to 90 minutes at a time. My shoe does start to hurt in this shoe, and I feel like I can't splay out the toes as much as I could in other barefoot shoes. And that pain factor is the reason I choose other barefoot shoes over this one if I do want to wear it for long periods of time. The last point on fit and comfort here is I love the fact on this shoe it's very easy to slip over the heel of your foot, and I think it's a great shoe to have by the door if you have to drop out to the shops quickly, don't really want to do up the laces, and can pop this shoe on very quickly. A lot of barefoot shoes that I have cannot do that as well as this shoe. Let's talk about the durability of this shoe. Have been very impressed considering the price point. The other thing to know is the staining on this shoe around the toe box and also how dirty this shoe gets. Although with the dirt, if you did buy a black version, I think that would hide a lot of this dirt very well, although I don't like the black version as much as the white. In terms of the sole durability, there has been a little bit of wear on the forefoot, but nothing major. In terms of attaching itself from the sole to the upper, I think this has been very good. There isn't any signs of wear in that regard. Similar shoes, especially from Vivobarefoot, that cost a lot more, have been performing a lot worse in that sense, so top marks there. In terms of grip, I think in the dry this shoe is very good. I trust it in all scenarios, especially in the city. Like I said, you can even use it on trails. In the wet, there have been reports that this grip is poor. To be honest, it's okay, it's not terrible. There are barefoot shoes out there which are a lot worse. I would still go out in the wet, but I know I just have to be very careful and can't put full trust into the shoe. In terms of style and the aesthetic of the shoe, so I think there will be mixed opinions on this one. Initially, I didn't like the styling of this shoe, especially this lacing system, although it has grown on me. I have had friends who have also purchased this shoe and have actually loved the styling. Definitely, this is more of an active wear shoe. It is hard to dress up for more casual use. Let's now have a look at a few alternatives to the Lono Flow. And the first one is going to be the Vivobarefoot Primus Lite knit. Now this shoe, buying firsthand, is going to be a lot more expensive. I think it's closer to the 200 USD range, but on Revivo's resale website, you can find this closer to the 100 USD mark. So I think it is a good competitor. So this one and the Lono Flow both have extremely similar knit uppers. The one on the Primus Lite knit isn't as breathable and stretchy, although I haven't had any issues with this shoe in a Hong Kong summer. You can tell right off the bat that the Lono Flow is a lot more breathable. You can actually see the holes in the material compared to the Vivobarefoot Primus Lite. In terms of the use cases, I've been using these shoes for very similar use cases. I think this shoe is more suited towards the gym. The structure of this shoe isn't as stretchy as the Lono Flow, so it does hold your foot into place a lot more. In terms of durability, this is where I haven't been impressed with the Primus Lite knit, and I would give the mark to the Lono Flow. There has been a bit of peeling around the sole near the upper on this shoe. I have two other versions of this shoe, and that has happened on all of them. I've been very disappointed with the durability of this shoe, although on the upper it doesn't get as dirty as easily, and you can tell it's a lot more premium there. If you're looking for a shoe that you want to use a lot more at the gym, I would recommend this shoe over the Lono Flow. If you want something that's a bit more versatile and you're going to be using outside a lot more, then I consider the Lono Flow. The second shoe that we're going to compare is also from Vivobarefoot, and that is their Primus Asana. This is a shoe a bit more focused on that daily casual sneaker aspect. On Vivobarefoot's website, lists 150 USD mark compared to the Lono Flow at 100, but on Revivo website, you can get it about 100 USD or even less, which I think this makes it a direct competitor. It's a little less versatile than the Lono Flow. It is more focused at that casual sneaker wear, and I think it looks a lot better than the Lono Flow and is definitely a lot more comfortable. This, for whatever reason, just fits really well when you get the sizing right and fits like a glove. Incredibly comfortable shoe. You still have a very minimal upper, and it's a bit of a thicker material, but the breathability hasn't been an issue on this shoe. Again, like the Primus Lite knit, I'm very disappointed in the durability of this shoe. You can see it's been peeling away, which isn't a good sign at all. And there is quite a bit of wear around these leather aspects of the shoe. So if you're looking for a shoe that is more focused on daily casual use and less focused on gym use, but still want to use it for the gym, I would then consider the Primus Asana. The last shoe we're going to compare, I haven't actually tested yet, but I do have my hands on, and that is from Xero. It is their Prio model. This is a gym-based shoe that is roughly for the same price at about that 100 USD mark and is very well reviewed. So I'm keen to try it out. Now, right off the bat, this is a lot heavier than the Lono Flow and the materials are a lot thicker. So I think it will hold your foot in place a lot better at the gym, but definitely won't be as durable, but you can definitely use it for the same use cases, depending if you don't mind that breathability aspect as much. In terms of the looks between the two, I would definitely go with the Lono Flow. It's just me, but I don't like the looks of this shoe at all. And if I had to pick a shoe, I'd definitely be picking the Lono Flow. But if you want a more gym-based shoe, new, roughly for the same price, this is definitely an option to consider. So to sum up my thoughts on the Lono Flow, I think it's a fantastic shoe given the price point. It's extremely durable and versatile and has a really good upper that is very stretchy and breathable. However, if you are looking for a wider shoe or a shoe that covers only one unique use case, such as a daily casual sneaker or a gym shoe, I would look at other options. Additionally, it isn't the most premium shoe and you can tell that in hand, and it does get dirty quite easily. Overall, I think it's hard to beat this shoe in terms of price and versatility. I think it'd be a great shoe if you're looking to try barefoot shoes for the first time and don't want to spend too much money on barefoot shoes and have them for a variety of use cases. So those are my thoughts on the Lono Flow. Let me know in the comments below what you thought and give the video a like if you enjoyed. I have a lot more shoe reviews coming out. They'll be on shoes such as the Primus Asana, the Xero Prio, Primus Lite Knit. So make sure you're subscribed. But thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.